So welcome to the garage and my 2024 kart. It's the same kart I raced last year. She was new to me last year and went really well. As you can probably tell, I have a comp kart here that I raced for 2-3 seasons. And if anybody wants a cheap kart, great little kart, it's there. But anyway, I've swapped to OTK. A lot of our grid used OTK and had a really good success with it. And when the Lando Norris kart came out in pretty much my favourite colours, it was a bit of a no-brainer for me. So let's talk a little bit about the formula. As you can tell, we use any adult chassis. The formula is 16 and up. It's actually 15 if you turn 16 in that year. Little MSUK regulation there. But basically 16 and up and any chassis. The only regulation is the Briggs & Stratton World Formula engine. That must be run completely unmodified. And I'll show you a little bit of that now. So we also run these bad boys. So the Duro Highline tyre, and this is what some people say is the saviour of the club and other people say is the scourge of the club. We've raced on this tyre for many, many years, and the reason for that, you have a look here, that's done a whole season and it's still got plenty of life left in it. I replace them every year. Some people replace them a couple of times a year. Some people run on them for several years. They really are a good tyre and help keep our costs really, really low. £100 a set for the year is more than adequate. Used to be 80, but they've gone up like everything else on the planet. So other than your senior chassis and a set of tyres, we run the Maxi SLW wets. Normally use a couple of those, a couple of sets of those, should I say, per season. And that's really us after that, just your entry for your race fee. As you can tell, my kart's been prepared for the year. Hopefully you can tell. So I've put her together. I haven't had it painted this year because it looked very good last year and I was lucky not to put any marks on it. Have put a new sticker kit on it. This isn't the standard Nassau. And the standard one you probably can't see is the hot dog, but there is apparently some aero advantage over this, and it was new and shiny, so I had to get myself one. Anyway, the kart's fully prepared. All I need to do now is put some new brake fluid in her, got new brake pads, everything's been cleaned up back there, and fit the engine. As you can tell, there's a big missing hole back there. So everything else is prepped. Our season starts on the 2nd and 3rd of March. Down at Lydd in Dungeness, so the southeast corner of the UK, and help me get the kart ready, and I'll take you on the journey.
It's almost like I missed you, but I could never let myself forget all my love you misused, so I won't play your games. And all the times I feel something, there's a voice in the back of my head telling me to keep running.
So just checking the chain tension, that's a little loose for me. So what I'll do is I'll just loosen the engine off and move it forward. As you can see here, just put a small felt marker there so I can see roughly how far I've moved the engine forward, just rechecking. And a little less deflection there, about 10 to 15 mil is what I'm looking for. That's probably maximum. And as I say, that chain will stretch, but I will keep an eye on that when I get to track. So after doing all of that, I've decided I'm not happy eyeing up the rear sprocket. I'm going to use this, my little Senzo straightening tool. I'm not quite sure what it's called, but basically you attach it to the sprocket and then you extend the little arm out the front and point it towards the clutch bell gear. And that will give you a dead straight carrier then. So I'm going to now undo all of my good work and get that all lined up so I can make sure I'm happy when I'm out on track and don't cause myself any issues.
Something, there's a voice in the back of my head telling me to keep running, 'cause all that you are is regret. No, I don't need your love.
Okay, so that's the sprocket re-tightened onto the carrier, and you can see that this isn't straight at the moment. I've done that on purpose. The tool's now pointing me and telling me where dead straight is. I'm just going to knock that along until I get the contact I want in the middle of the front sprocket there. and you can see just by moving that up and down I've got good contact there, so that means I'm completely aligned now. I must get myself a laser pointer at some point just to make this my life a little bit easier, but now I'll just nip this sprocket up so it can't move left and right, and then do a final tighten on it in a while. Okay, so that's us all back together. You just see me doing a light loosen with the rattle gun around the sprocket, and then I will always come back and do the final tighten by hand. You know, this part's too delicate to be using a rattle gun, so my gun's got 3 settings on it. Number 1, it stops when it feels the smallest amount of resistance, so I use that to just speed the process up and then go in there manually and do my final tighten. And there she is, all buttoned up and running straight and true, so I can sleep easy now knowing that that's going to perform for me and not create me any problems on track. So now we just need to fit the chain guard to keep everything nice and safe. 10mm button head nut and a zip tie that goes down on the little bracket I custom made at the bottom there. Let's get on and do that.
It's almost like I missed you, but I could never let myself forget all my love you misused, so I won't play your games.
Okay, that's another jobbed. While we're here, we may as well fit the rear exhaust. I really don't like the rust that's appearing on there, but I haven't got any heat temperature black paint, which I've used before, because when the exhausts come, they come chrome, like that new one there. But previously, that's my spare, I haven't used it yet obviously, but previously I've painted mine with heat temperature black paint. Tends to work fairly well, other than obviously you see where the spring's worn it out, but we'll continue with this exhaust this year.
It's never getting clearer. Can't cut you out the frame. And all the times I feel something.
Okay, so I've swapped back over to the wide angle. As you can tell, I've got no throttle cable at the moment, so let's get that sorted.
No, I don't need your love. I don't need your touch. I don't need anything.
I've actually drilled a small hole in my engine plate here just to hold the cables, because there's nothing else that really holds the fuel and the throttle until it reaches its destination. So I've just created the little hole in the plate, and as you can see, from there down to that clasp into the holder there, and then up to the brake cable, accelerator pedal. So I replace my cable every year, whether it's necessary or not, I don't know. But I've never had a failure in 5 years, and they're £3. So it seems like a bit of a no-brainer to me. So Walbro carb comes with these engines. You get everything you need really, other than the exhaust end can to start go racing, and there's the needle valve there. What we need to do is just feed the nipple through there, and like that, then through the spring, then down there. I hope you can see this. So it just goes through the float and then into its own little recess, and then you can pull, spring down, put the top hat on the top, and then compress it all into the carburetor. There's a long channel on our, it faces in towards the inboard of the cart. So what we'll do is we'll just locate that first, and she's dropped straight in, and then get that on. Okay, so that's nice and tight. And we just need to feed that down there. I might just need to take my little zip tie off. That just pops off like that. That should go like that, just to show it's all the way through. And then push that down there. And then place my zip tie. The wife just walked in though, so I better pay her some attention. And that's largely it. I'll keep that a little bit loose because I've got fuel pipe to run through there in a minute. Again, I'll replace my fuel pipe every year. You can tell it goes this horrible colour. Okay guys, so schoolboy error from my perspective. The phone went flat and I just needed to crack on and get the kart done. So put the rear bumper on, now the exhaust's done, but I'll let you have a quick look. So that's pretty much it. And just tidied up around here, just put the vent from the overhead valve cover into a catch can down the bottom. Run new fuel lines, I decided to run them all in the end. Put the side pods on and obviously did the throttle cable, I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, that's all buttoned up now and nice. But the only other thing I've got left to do really is reattach my computer, which is upstairs at the moment, but that is her done. Sorry I didn't capture it all. Hope you learnt something, and please ask any questions, and I'll see you on the track.